We have very advanced models that are either and team members are not leveraging Gen AI, we see different risks coming with it. One of the risks is slowing down productivity. They are providing a new way of seeing things, and that could be actually a challenge, not using them, because then you miss out of new way of doing things and new opportunity for your organization. My name is Eugénie Rive, and I'm currently Managing Director for Gen AI Strategy in DeepMind. So Google DeepMind is a unit within Google that is deploying AI responsibly to benefit humanity. I think our latest Gen AI model can help organizations to be more productive, to work faster, and as well to create new use cases, things that we were not able to do before. One of them is document summarization. Another example, and it's about translation, but I'm not a native English speaker, so I always use Gemini to actually translate my email or use specific American way of phrasing things. I'm very excited about Gemini because it's our most powerful model yet. Now you are able to prompt into the model and ask the model to create a video for you. Another example that was not possible before is to ingest documents and then it creates a podcast between two speakers that are talking about the topic you are interested in. And now again, you can do it within minutes. So one of the most impressive applications I'm seeing currently is coding. Now anyone in your company is able to use those models to code and to produce new outcome in a very rapid manner and really turbocharge your productivity. There's a survey we ran in the UK that workers can save 122 hours per year using Gen AI tools. So that's a massive impact on productivity. We now have very advanced models that are able to think and reason. The more you can ingest really quality data into the model across different modalities, across text, video, images, it's going to make the model just perform better for your organization. The world is going very fast right now using those tools. It's important to stay ahead of the competition, to be able to innovate faster, and to have teams that are much more productive and efficient. Organization needs to evolve and use them in order to stay ahead of the market. Leadership can help in many ways, but the most obvious ways is around education. So it's very important for people to take the time to educate oneself with the Gen AI leader training. It's a way to invest in yourself, it's a way to invest in your organization, it's a way to understand the capability and also limitation of those models so you can use them the best possible way.
Welcome to Gen AI Beyond the Chatbot. We're here to talk about Gen AI for business leaders. And the reason our team here at Google decided to make this course is that we are seeing businesses wanting to leverage Gen AI and take things to the next level, but they don't really know how.
And not necessarily from a technical perspective.
Right, it was really about understanding what Gen AI can be used for and how to get buy-in, and then how to communicate with your teams, both technical and non-technical.
And that's what brings us here today. Hey, I'm Erica.
And I'm Brett.
And we're two of the curriculum developers who helped build this Gen AI leader learning path. And we're here to help guide you in your learning journey. We'll be appearing periodically throughout this course to provide additional tips and insights.
We recommend you take the courses in order for the best experience.
We start by introducing you to generative AI and explaining its full capabilities in business settings, including how to plan a generative AI strategy. Then we get into foundational AI terminology and concepts like LLMs and responsible AI. Next, you learn about the different layers of the Gen AI landscape and the opportunities and challenges involved at each layer.
Then you'll discover how Gen AI apps can revolutionize your individual workflow. And finally, we conclude with how business can build custom Gen AI tools that will transform your organization.
Throughout the learning path, we'll be explaining how Google, and specifically Google Cloud, can support you in building, using, and adopting Gen AI applications.
And with that, how about we jump into the first topic of this curriculum, Gen AI Beyond the Chatbot. No prior knowledge is necessary here. While Gen AI might be a relatively new technology, one of the incredible things about it is that you don't need to have a technical background to get started. And if you do already have some basic knowledge of Gen AI, don't worry. This course is chock full of interesting new insights and information you may not have thought of or heard of just yet.
Ready to learn? Let's dive in.
What do you think of when you hear generative AI? Do you think of a chatbot? Or maybe AI-generated images or videos? And all of those are correct. But there is more to Gen AI than just a chatbot application.
Generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence that helps users create new content and ideas, including text, images, music, and even code. Yet the way you can apply Gen AI can come in different forms. It's a technology that can be integrated into different applications, not an application itself.
Let's take Gemini as an example. The Gemini app is Google's generative AI chatbot, where you can get help with writing, planning, learning, and more. But the Gemini app is just that, an application.
Gemini itself is actually one of Google's Gen AI models. Engineers use the Gemini model to build many applications, one of which is the Gemini app.
And there are others as well. For example, you may have heard of Gemini for Google Workspace, where technology using the Gemini model has been built into workplace tools like Gmail, Google Meet, Google Slides, and more.
Gemini is also built into tools like Gemini for Looker to aid in analytics, and Gemini in BigQuery to help you generate, explain, and troubleshoot your SQL queries in Python code. You could also use Gemini with various services in Google Cloud to automate the creation and modification of resources, or to help you troubleshoot issues and suggest solutions.
Right, the same is true of Gen AI in general. It's a powerful technology that can be embedded into a wide range of existing and future tools.
So when you're seeing headlines like Gen AI is changing the world, the AI revolution is here, or Gen AI, the future, they may be referring to a chatbot app like the Gemini app, or they may be referring to a technology that could do so much more. Ready to learn? Let's dive in.
In life and in business, things do not exist in one modality or one format. Business workflows are inherently complex, involving a dynamic interplay of various data formats and interaction types. This is where multimodal generative AI comes in. But what is it, and how can it help solve business problems? Multimodal Gen AI expands the capabilities of AI by allowing it to process and integrate different data types like images, audio, and video alongside text and numbers. This leads to a more complete and nuanced understanding of business processes, which is essential for solving complex business problems. Let's look at an example in the automotive industry. Modern vehicles are intricate machines with complex systems, and many people need to interact with them in different ways. Drivers obviously need to be able to drive the cars, but also understand when issues arise with the car and how to fix them. So if a car owner sees an engine warning light appear on the dashboard, how do they know what to do? They might need to find the car manual, read it, still not understand it, then maybe go speak to a mechanic. And the mechanic then needs to explain what's wrong with the vehicle, maybe show an image of the issue, and so on. This is exactly the type of solution that multimodal Gen AI is perfect for, and exactly what an automobile company used Google Cloud to solve. The auto company wanted to build a new virtual assistant for customers to interact with and ask questions. To do this, they used Gemini on Google Cloud to instantly understand what drivers are asking, and Vertex AI Search to find the most relevant answer. Vertex AI Search is a Google Cloud service that allows developers to easily integrate advanced search capabilities into their applications. It's a fully managed, scalable service that can handle large volumes of multimodal data and complex search queries. The company used Vertex AI search on resources such as vehicles' owner's manuals, frequently asked questions from customers, help center articles, YouTube videos, and step-by-step guides. How did this play out for customers? Now, when customers see an engine warning light appear on the dashboard, instead of ignoring the problem until it becomes worse, which is what some of us might do, they can explain the problem to a virtual assistant just as they would to another human. They can even use their phone's camera to show the assistant the warning light and anything else they think might be relevant to the problem. Through intelligent knowledge retrieval using Vertex AI search, the virtual assistant can access that vast knowledge base we talked about, the owner's manuals, online resources, etc., and then provide the most relevant information to answer customer questions. And even beyond that, through interactive problem solving, the virtual assistant doesn't just provide static answers, but uses Gemini to engage in a dynamic dialogue with the customer, asking clarifying questions and offering step-by-step instructions to troubleshoot that warning light. Customers can now easily get the information and support they need right when they need it, leading to greater satisfaction with the company brand. And this is just one example. The possibilities are vast, from troubleshooting engine issues to connecting their phone via Bluetooth. The results led to reduced support costs with fewer calls to customer service centers, improved efficiency with customers quickly finding answers and resolving issues, and finally enhanced accessibility with the virtual assistant, making information and support readily accessible to customers regardless of their technical expertise. Think about your workflows. They're probably different from this automobile example, but it's likely they don't use one modality from end to end. Take a minute, pause, and ask yourself, how can multimodal Gen AI help you augment one of your workflows?
Ever wonder how Gen AI actually works?
It all starts with something called foundation models. Foundation models are large AI models trained on enormous data sets. This broad training allows them to develop a deep understanding of the data and be adapted to a wide range of downstream tasks. Understanding foundation models is crucial because they represent a paradigm shift in AI. They offer the potential to streamline processes, automate tasks, and unlock new possibilities across various business functions. To unpack foundation models, let's take a step back and briefly explore the broader landscape of artificial intelligence to understand where these models fit in. Artificial intelligence is when computer systems perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, such as understanding language or making decisions. This is often achieved through machine learning, where systems learn from data to solve specific problems. Traditionally, AI models were trained for a single purpose using specific data, like filtering spam emails from your inbox. Foundation models are different. They're trained on massive amounts of diverse data, text, images, and code, enabling them to adapt to many different tasks. This flexibility is what makes them so groundbreaking. LLMs, or large language models, are probably the most famous type of foundation model. They are a specialized type of foundation model that focuses specifically on language.
All right, let's learn more about some of the key features of foundation models in the section below.
Do you still need this now, or am I still holding it? Okay. It was really lovely last Christmas when we were getting ready for launch. Showed it to a number of customers and they were looking for cranberry sauce, looking for gravy, and it just took the stress out of that shopping experience for them. That's when we knew we'd actually done the right work. Peter Laughlin, I'm Morrisons Director of Data, Analytics and AI. Morrisons is one of the UK's largest supermarkets. We've also got about 1,600 convenience shops. But outside of retail, we have 2,700 farmers and growers that produce amazing food for us. When we've been in store as a team, often we get asked by customers where products are. There are some products that if you're not working in that shop every day, they can be quite challenging. Not only to get you to the right part of the shop, but then to find it on the shelf. So tahini is a great example. It's also in a tiny jar that looks like a number of other tiny jars. The product finder is there to give customers in our store the same kind of search experience they might get online. So it'll tell you where the product is, which aisle. The number of customers that we talk to who were genuinely relieved to find a feature like this. We have data in BigQuery that tells us where a product is located in any of our stores. So what we've done is we've used Gemini and we've used Vertex to interpret the user's search query and translate that into our product ID and our location ID. Gemini is beautifully integrated into the Google stack and does an amazing job at translating the user input into a form that we need. So it takes a lot of work out of the user interface. If we were to do it without those products, it may have taken us months and a much larger team than we have. So bringing those together, Vertex and Gemini with BigQuery, Google make it so easy to focus on the user experience. And it enables a relatively small team to do far more than you might have expected us to because of the ease of use of the platform. One of the benefits of using a pre-trained model is that you don't have to exhaustively test the pre-trained model. You have to test how it works in your environment, and we can trust that the Google part will do its job. And so it's more than an aha moment. It was a realization that actually our ways of working have now changed for the future. This is a different way of approaching collaboration and a different way of bringing proof of concepts to value quickly, because we don't have to do all the legwork ourselves now. With Google Cloud, Morrisons is finding new ways to keep the shelves full for customers.
Welcome to the Gemini app. This is where you can start exploring the power of generative AI. This text box at the bottom is where you'll enter your prompts. Think of it as having a conversation with a super smart assistant. You can ask Gemini questions, give it creative tasks, or even have it summarize complex information. For example, I can ask Gemini to write a poem about why employees should attend the company-wide meeting. Once you've typed in the prompt, simply hit enter and let Gemini work its magic. And there you have it. Gemini has generated a unique poem based on my request. It's really that easy to get started. Now it's your turn to explore and see what things you can create with Gemini.
While you may not have to be an AI-first company like Google, we still recommend having AI and specifically Gen AI at the forefront of your company's strategy.
Right, Google has this whole Gen AI ecosystem, but only you know your business and its needs best.
And you may be all excited about using this new Gen AI technology or completely nervous about integrating it.
Either way, we wanted to recommend a strategy and an approach for thinking about it.
Yeah. Don't just jump into the newest technology headfirst without a plan. This is true for Gen AI, but also for any new technology. So let's start to think about not just how and where to use Gen AI in your business, but also how the structure of your business needs to change to effectively implement Gen AI.
We recommend a twofold approach, where you simultaneously work top-down and bottom-up. What do we mean by that?
You want to combine high-level strategic planning with practical input from teams who will use the technology. Top-down, bottom-up.
Exactly. When we say a top-down approach, we mean you should create a clear and compelling vision for AI within your organization by aligning AI solutions with your strategic business priorities. Focus on your business priorities first. Think about the most important use cases and workflows to your business, and then and only then, think about how AI can support you in those priorities.
That isn't enough. If you only work top-down, you can miss so many Gen AI opportunities. You also want to simultaneously use a bottom-up approach, where teams are encouraged to share their challenges and ideas for Gen AI solutions. Sometimes, the best ideas will come from the people who are closest to the problem. You want to make sure these people can also bring in Gen AI. Because Gen AI is so accessible to people in all sorts of roles, encourage employees to use Gen AI at a small scale, and then share their solutions with the organization for broader implementation.
And that's why that first top-down approach is really important. Because you want all these mini ideas and experiments to, 1, have a place to fit into the greater strategy, and 2, be experimented on in a way that is safe and responsible for the company.
All right, and with that idea of keeping both a top-down and bottom-up approach in mind, let's take a look at the deeper details of what that actually means and how to implement it. Ready to learn? Let's dive in. It can sometimes be tough to brainstorm new Gen AI use cases and determine which ones to tackle. One method we recommend trying is the creative matrix. A creative matrix is great because it could help your team think through different aspects of what Gen AI can do. For this creative matrix workflow, you would get a team together and create 2 axes. The axes are a bit flexible, but we could give you some ideas. On one axis, you might write the different options for Gen AI solutions. This could be organized by Gen AI product, modality, or another dimension. On the other axis, you would write out things that are specific to your business. This could be business personas, workflows, or strategic goals. Then, have the team write sticky notes, either virtually or in person, with different ideas of how the 2 axes can intersect and place them in the right spot. This should get you to think creatively about how your organization can leverage Gen AI to truly help your business priorities. Let's take a look at this creative matrix sample from a team working on a faux floral business. On one axis, they have the business priorities for their faux floral business. On the other axis, they have some Google Cloud Gen AI capabilities. We will read out just a few examples of what the team can add on sticky notes, and then you will be able to see a few more below this video. For example, the overlap between the Drive Innovation section and Vertex AI Search could be that we create a search tool where customers can upload images to find similar faux floral arrangements. Or, if we want to enhance customer experience with Vertex AI Conversation, we could build an AI-powered chatbot to provide instant customer support and answer questions about faux floral care, arrangement, and ordering. Also, to increase efficiency, we could use Vertex AI Studio to fine-tune a model to analyze customer data and predict future demand for different faux floral products. There are really so many sticky notes that we could add here, but we want to also give you a chance to practice thinking of some of your own. Once you have your creative matrix, you could then go through each sticky note and determine how impactful the solution would be and how much work the solution is to build. Measure things like feasibility and impact. Time to practice idea generation yourself. Ready to practice? Let's dive in.
Warner Brothers Discovery's library is large and unique. It has, for the longest time, been the primary business driver for the company. We partnered with Google Cloud to create a product that we internally nicknamed Caption AI. And the aim was to use machine learning to drive a more efficient approach to captioning. The partnership with Google and with Accenture, we were able to lay a foundation that allowed us to change our core IP from a data primarily used for distribution and viewing to a data asset that could be used for machine learning and maximal machine learning outputs.
When we get the caption file from Caption AI, it actually feels a little bit like magic because it just appears in a folder and then we just drag and drop it into the software and it's already time-coded, formatted, and ready to edit. And all we have to do is verify all the words are correct and that the file is in sync. Before, it took about 4 hours for a show like this. And now, since we're literally just going through and confirming that everything is correct, it's reduced it down to sometimes under an hour for a half-hour show. It does make my job significantly easier. Using this kind of hybrid model where we have the Caption AI generated transcript and then a human that goes in and reviews it, it's actually a lot quicker, but it also gives us a higher quality end product for our viewers.
Caption AI has been incredibly impactful. What we're seeing is something like a 50% reduction in overall costs. Overall, an 80% reduction in the time it would take to manually caption a file without the use of machine learning. One of the things that we really appreciate about Vertex AI is that in addition to the Google Cloud specific models, the platform is overall pretty agnostic to model choice. And so that kind of flexibility allows us to really experiment the perfect model for the particular use case. Video is the next frontier for machine learning, and we're excited to partner with Google Cloud to achieve that.